What is up, my witches? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Kat. You can call me Wicked. This channel is all about my cross stitch, where I show you my projects, but never my backside, because as you know, I am a lady. And it's been a little bit since I've been here, but I'm back. Like it or not, here I am with Flosstube number 6. And I haven't gotten as much stitching done this time as I normally do. I've been a little bit busy with some other things. One of the things that I have been doing lately is I got back into playing Baldur's Gate 3 with a friend of mine. We're going on multiplayer mode. And so that's been taking up a lot of my free time. My hours at work also changed. I work from home, but my hours have changed. So I'm working... Not that you need to know, but I'm working 4 10-hour days. So I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But that means that during the week when I get off, I have like 2 less hours during the week to stitch. You would think I could make up for it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I don't. So I do have some stitching for you though, and I didn't want to let it go too long before I recorded a new video. So here I am, here it is, and I hope that that you like it. So let's get right into it. Now, usually I start out with my enabler spotlight, but I don't have an enabler spotlight for you in this video. I will be resuming my enabler spotlights in my next video. So in Flosstube number 7, I will bring back my enabler spotlight. There isn't any in this video though, but I am going to be talking about a designer in my haul. So if you want a recommendation, stick around and wait for my haul, or because there are chapters below, you can always skip to the haul and then come back, or not come back, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want here. We are pretty relaxed in this area. So I do want to talk to you about June. So I had shown my handy dandy new organizer in my last video, and I did start using it. And just to show you what I have been using it for, I kind of described it to you. But so for my weeks, I will put down the project that I worked on and the number underneath the day. And then I will go and I will put my numbers for the day in my month boxes. And my new starts have stickers on them, or restarts in this case have stickers on them. And then at the end of the weeks, I total up my weeks, and then I can total up how many I have for the month at the end of the month. So for May, I had 61,000 and a little bit extra. So 61, actually not 61,000, wouldn't that be great? 6,100, 6,100. Let's not go crazy. I'm a baby stitcher. So yeah, so only 6,100 stitches for June, but it's okay. I was very busy. I was working on making my needle minders, and I was doing some other things. So I understand, you know, that's not normal for me, even though I just started keeping track of my numbers. I expect to see higher numbers moving forward when I'm not splitting my stitching time between other activities. So I just wanted to show you what I've been using it for. And then of course I also have my Whipco board stuck in the front cover so that I can copy it, look at it, address it, acknowledge that it exists, even though I'm not keeping up with my Whipco. But you know, it's okay. I've given myself a lot of grace over the past month, so I hope that that you do too. I have a finish for you. It's been a long time since we've had a finish on this channel. This one, I painted a hoop to finish this in a hoop. This was, what was this one? Tree of Life number 8. And this was by Stitch It Picasso on Etsy. And the it was just 18 count Ada, and then the floss was Sea Glass by Night Stalker's Calling. And I think that it just fits perfectly in here, and I painted it black, so it just, ooh, I just love it. So you're going to be seeing this one in the background in my future videos, but it's a little finish, but it is a finish. Do you want to see my backside? You would, wouldn't you? Next up, we are going to talk about a restart. On Instagram, I had talked about the fact that I was working on my only full coverage piece, and my full coverage piece had a run-in with some coffee. Can't imagine how that could have possibly happened, but it did. And instead of continuing on with it, I decided to start over. So here is, I don't know if you can see the coffee. Let's see if I can put a background on here. Can you see the coffee? I can see the coffee. Can you see the coffee up here? Can you see that? I don't know if you really can, but it's there. Trust me, it is there. It's a coffee stain. Now, I don't know. I think I was looking for an excuse to restart this one because it's my first legit full coverage piece. And it's little, it's only 150 by 150, but I started it on 18 count because that was my jam when I started getting into all this stuff. But now I kind of want to do one strand instead of two. So I restarted it. And this is on 28 count, easy guide. And here is the new. And so I've gotten some pretty good progress on this one. I don't have 1,000 stitches in on it yet, but I did want to show this to you because I'm not going to be restarting this one again. By the way, there has been some conversation in my circles about some of you coordinating behind the scenes, wanting to play bingo on my channel. And apparently restarts is a square for you. So if you have restarts on your cat's bingo card, you can check it off for that one. It's a lot of fun though. The restarts are fun. They're not always because of coffee. Sometimes it's because I'm just not feeling it anymore. And if you're gonna spend your life stitching, you might as well enjoy what you are stitching. Am I right, guys? Next up, this one did not get as much progress as it should have. Oh gosh, this was a whip go call. I needed 1,000 more stitches on All Souls Band by Quiltify Design. The top part is underneath here, so just ignore. But you can see I started to put in this bottom row with these skulls, and I finished the row with the spiders, but that's as far as I got, and then I stopped. I don't know why, I just didn't feel like it, but it's still in the Q-snap, so it will get more stitches and it will get addressed. All right, and then next up, we have a project that I didn't work on for a while. I don't think I've shown this one since Flosstube #1. And this one is Memento Mori by Raven Coven. This is where we were. And over here, this is where we are today. So lots and lots of progress on Memento Mori. I absolutely love this floss. The floss is called Life is Not a Fairy Tale by Night Stalker's Calling. But I just love this one. I cannot wait to get it finished. It's already more than halfway finished. I just have to do the bottom part and it's going to be finished. So I predict this is going to be my next finish. I have a lot of Raven Coven projects that I'm working on, and I've told myself that until I get some finished, I'm not going to start new ones. That's what I tell myself, but you know how it goes, right? Sometimes you want what you want and you just do what makes you happy. And sometimes that's a new start, you know? Speaking of new starts, I don't really have any, I don't think, because I've just had restarts. So speaking of restarts, my round robin project. So this is my vampire that I am doing for our little round robin event. And I restarted him. I changed the background. Well, the background. I changed the fabric because he was blending in with the background. And I like it so much better now, the way he is. But as you can see, my fellow creatures who are involved in this round robin with me, I said I would have it finished by the end of the week. I guess I still have, technically today's Saturday, so I still have until like the end of the day, right? I have until midnight. You guys want to place your bets on whether or not I get this finished by midnight? You do you, boo-boo. It's your money, right? You can waste it however you want. Next up, we have a rather popular pattern that a lot of people know. This one is Witches and Demons Woodcut. This is by Night Spirit Studio. And this is where we were. And this is where we are today. So I finished this dude right here, and I have another little demon coming in right here. So this one doesn't have a lot of stitches in it. I'm going 1/1 with Shades of Black by Dying for Sass. And this is 18 count Vintage is the name of the colorway for this fabric by Zweigart. So I got a little bit extra on this one. I'm gonna try and get this one finished. This one was restarted several times in my life. In my very first Flosstube video, I showed it to you and said you're gonna see it again because I'm restarting it. This was the restart from that, so you don't get extra points on your bingo board for an additional restart because this is not technically a restart, so. But yeah, so yeah. Like, I took some time off from filming and stuff, and now I don't even remember what I'm doing. But as I said in my last video, if you're expecting professionalism, I apologize for your lack of expectations being fulfilled or whatever. Yeah, okay. So next up, we're gonna get into my long dogs. So I did a lot with my long dog projects while June Dog was going on, Andy Crow Stitcher, June Dog, and then I continued to work on them in July. And this one is Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers, and this one is going to be put away for a little while. I'm not going to be working on it anymore. This is where we got to. So this is the floss is Deep Space by Dying for Sass, and the Ada is 20 count Ada that I dyed myself. Let's see if my you know what, I'm not going to fight with my camera this time. So this is coming along well. I'm doing it 1/1. This was initially a restart. I talked about that in my last video. I showed a picture of what it used to be. Let's see. And then I also want to show you when I put a project away that I'm not going to be working on it for a little while. This is what I do. So I don't keep my needle minder on my project unless it's still on a Q-snap, unless I'm still working it. So I have these like little tiny baggies, and I will put my needle minder and my needle inside of this baggie, and that holds them together. And I leave them in there. And then all of my projects have a project card. And this project card, I made it myself, like in Excel, like no big deal. So it's just, it has like the name, you know, you can see. So it has all the details that I want. And then on the back, I can put, you know, where it last was, you know, like if I have it for a WIPGO call, this one is a WIPGO project, that I can put like where I was so I know where I need to get to make that goal. So that's just what I do. I mean, all of my projects have these, whether they're being actively worked or not, but it just helps when I put it away so that I can pull it out and know what's going on. Especially if I have a project that's been sitting for a while and I want to use the floss for something else, this card will tell me like what floss I was using if there's none in the project. I'm trying to organize my chaos. Okay, who's with me? We all have our little methods, right? This next one, Rose Marquee. Again, long dog. Rose Marquee was worked on for June dog as well, and that is where it was last time. And I forgot to mention, but this one also counted for the strawberry moon sal that Marjorie Maid was doing, because there are strawberries in the pattern, but I have not put them in yet. They're all backstitched. So strawberries will be added at the end, but this is Rose Marquee. This is 18 count oatmeal Ada. I'm going 1/1. The floss is 4th row by Dying for Sass. So I had my strawberry needle minder on here to remind me that this is for the strawberry moon sal, and then I never said anything about it because yep. And then the last project that I want to show you is the final long dog that I worked on. I got a little progress on this one as well. I think I'm just going to be focusing on this one moving forward. I don't want to give too much attention to too many different long dogs at the same time, because they are massive. And this one is Gone to Pieces. And I have the whole tapir. I think it's a tapir. Up at the top, he's in. And can you tell, what is that? Is he pooping? Serious question. Because that is his tail, right? A tapir doesn't have like a longer tail. And there's nothing else over here that's connected to. So please explain to me, is he pooping? Because I choose to believe that he is. Okay. This one is Shades of Black by Dying for Sass 1/1. And the Ada is pretty much 19 counts red wine Ada dyed by Cam the Stitcher. Was originally 18 count, but it feels like 19 to me. So that's what we're rolling with. All right, we got through my projects. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of progress. I will tell you that I did also work on the Deadly Aquarium sal, but I didn't put in enough stitches for me to even want to show you. I also started working on Boho Moon and the Edgar Allan Poe tree earlier this weekend, and I am going to be showing updates on those in my next video. What I'm going to try and do for myself as well as for you, but really for myself, it just works out well for you. I'm going to be switching up my projects. I'm going to be working on different projects every month if I can. So this group was worked on in July, and then I'm going to be in August working on some other things. So let's go into my premonitions and I can tell you about what I'm going to be working on in August. So the first project that I'm going to be working on in August is for the Kansas City Stitcher. Samantha is running a sal. I think it's the Farewell to Summer sal. And this is for you to stitch on any mermaid by any designer, anything with a mermaid. And I don't have any mermaid patterns. I'm not a mermaid girl. I'm more of a sea witch. So with that in mind, I'm going to be starting Vanessa. Vanessa was charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch, and the name of the artist was on the card. I don't know it off the top of my head. I know it starts with a V. Vivian, maybe? I don't know. You saw it. And I'm going to be doing this one. It is full coverage. It is background removed, so it's just her. I'm going to be doing it on some 25 count Aida that I dyed myself, and I'm going to be doing a center start because there is no grid for this one. So pray for me, light a candle for me, send me your hopes and wishes. I would appreciate it. I am going to probably need it because in addition to starting Vanessa, I am also going to be starting another full coverage project, and it looks like this. So this is Unseelie Court Greed. The art is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And it was charted for me by Kaylee Tent Stitch, also known as the Sewing Shop CA. So I'm going to put a link to her shop down below. She has a lot of full coverage that she has charted herself on there. She also does a little program with mini stitching. So if you've ever wanted to try like 56 count, like Dace, shout out Dace, for his remarkable long dog 1/1 on 56 count. Kaylee can hook you up with a little tiny needle and special thread because you can't use DMC on 56 count 1/1. She can send you out a little kit and get you started if you're interested in that. But this pattern was a Jasmine Beckett Griffith, royalty free, so you don't need a license. She has a whole bunch, like 600 images, something like that, on her website, strangeling.com, that are just, you know, free domain. Anyone can use them. You can do whatever you want with them. So I had Kaylee, who offered very kindly to convert anything that I wanted into a pattern for me, and I picked Unseelie Court Greed. It is 400 by 500, and I am going to lose my mind. Hopefully I finish this project before I die. Hopefully I don't die anytime soon. As I've said before, I plan on living to be 350 to finish some of my projects, but we're going to try and get through as many as we can. Another new start, this will shift me into Hoard. So I didn't really buy a lot. I did buy one thing. I heard about this sale that's going on. Thread Gremlins is doing the Bring Out Your Kits sale. Well, I'm a new stitcher and I don't have any kits. And then there was another one that was like strange animals or weird animals, something about animals being weird or strange or cursed or something. So I decided to kill two birds with one stone, and I was able to find this on eBay. So this is a kit. Janilyn kit. It comes with 14 count Aida. It is a panda. I am not stitching all of this green. Absolutely not. I'm going to put it on some Aida that I dyed myself that's green. And we are not stitching all of this green. We're not doing that. So the panda isn't really cursed, I don't think, in any way. But pandas are my favorite animal on the planet. I know you thought it was an octopus, but it's really a panda. If I could have a panda-octopus mashup, that sounds disturbing. Well, I would love it. And so I'm going to probably be working on this one for their Bring Out Your Kits sale. And if I happen to miss that one, it's 20 years old, by the way. It's from 1999, which is the year after I graduated high school. And it's vintage. That's vintage. Oh my God. All right. So I purchased that. And then for my haul, Stitchy Kindness, Aimee from Thread Gremlins sent me her Raven pattern that she finished. So this is Raven. It says Yasmin Bout Bake. Excuse me, I am so sorry. However you pronounce her name. Pretty sure the first name is Yasmin. Anyway, she sent me this. And this is the first paper pattern that I have ever had in my life. I already took pictures of the pattern inside, and I'm going to upload them into Pattern Keeper and see if that'll work for me. Although usually when we do things from photos, it does the whole thing as full coverage for some reason. I don't know. So I can get my percentages on this project as I go, but I'm going to have to do math. But I'm very excited about it. And not only did she send me this, Aimee also sent me the fabric that she used. Gorgeous. Hand-dyed 18 count. And she sent me 939, which is the color that she used. So it's not black, it's 939. It's a very, very, very deep, like navy. I'm feeling like it's a navy, okay? In the navy. And I'm not going to use this for this project. I'm going to use a different, but I'm keeping this and I'm absolutely going to use it for something else. Absolutely. So thank you, Aimee. And I hope you guys are sitting down because she gave me one more thing and you're all going to be jealous. I'm sorry. Aimee, I know you probably are uncomfortable with me showing them that you sent me this, but I just have to brag. She gave me the best box flap I have ever seen. Look at this box flap. She tore it herself. Look at how she tore it. She cut it. It's got a little bend in it. Oh my God, I cannot. Guys, have you ever seen a box flap so beautiful? Aimee, I love you. Thank you so much. And then she gave me a little note. This is happy stitching. And that is all. That was quick. Maybe I should like sing and dance for you. You know, bam, chicka, bam, bam. I should cut that out probably. So anyway, thank you for being here. I don't have a media moment for you. You know what? That's a lie. I have a medium moment for you. If you are done with all of the stitchy stuff, you can skedaddle. If you made it to this point in the video, please put a witch emoji in the chat, just so I can see how many of you actually stick around. And then if you're not interested in my media moment, I will see you in my next one. Mwah. For all of you who are still here, my media moment is about social media and how we behave on it. I would just like to say, as like a new introduction, a reintroduction of you to me, I stitch on what I love. And I really hope that all of you also stitch on what you love. Regardless of the reasons why you're stitching on it, I feel like people stitch on what they want for their homes, to give as gifts, or just to have some fun stitching on something, even if they put it in a drawer for the rest of their lives. Never look at it again. But I really love this community and I really love being a part of it. And I really enjoy seeing everything that you guys are working on. Please keep sharing your projects with me so that I can get FOMO and hop on those projects with you. And yeah, if you have any questions, of course, please ask me down below. And I'll be happy to either respond or delete them at my leisure. So again, thank you so much for being here. I love you all so, so much. Please do not forget that you are the only one who can be you. So go out there and be the best you that you can, especially on social media, because the internet is forever.